What's the deal, pickles? Is everything kosher? I saw that off a radio show. I thought it was pretty funny. It's your girl, the one and only Lady J, on your screen today, and today we are going to be doing my very first makeup tutorial. I forgot what it's called for a second. And we are going to be learning how to fleek the brow, and I'm really excited to do this, and I hope you guys learned something out of it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my spoolie and I'm going to brush out my brows just so that all the hairs will be going the same direction, and when we fill them in, you know, it won't go on unevenly and things like that. Alright, so now that's done, we are going to be using this To Brow by Benefit. I love it so much. I am in the shade 6. Can you see that? Alright, well, I'm in the shade 6, and I love this To Brow thing so much because it comes with a brush, which is so super convenient, and this is the brush for it, and I actually really like this brush better than any other eyebrow brush that I have, and that might be because I don't have the proper eyebrow brush, but also because, one, because it comes with it, and two, it comes out so you can use it as a little mini thing. But when you put it on and then you unscrew it, it turns into a full-size brush, which I think is so cool. And so yeah, and then this is the pomade, and like I said, I'm shade 6, and I've loved it so much. I've had this for like about a month or two now, and I love it. I use it every single day. So let's go ahead, I will zoom in and you guys will see, you know, the magic happen. Alright guys, so we are going to be filling this eyebrow in. And what I'm going to do is you're going to start out with your pomade, and you're going to put just a little bit on the brush because this brush is very, the pomade is very pigmented, not the brush, whatever. And then first thing we're going to do is we're going to carve out, well not carve, we're going to like outline the brow on the bottom, on the bottom part of your on the bottom part of your brow, and that way you'll have an outline of what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. So what I do is I'm going to take it and I'm just going to start out making small lines. And don't get too nervous when you do this, because what's going to happen is at the end we're going to be carving the brow with some concealer. So if you mess up, it's so okay. I mess up all the time. Don't even trip. I promise you'll be fine. And so when I do the top, I kind of do it in a motion where like I start out hard at the top to outline it, and then I kind of bring it down just so that I don't over outline my brows and it looks a little bit crazy. So as you can see, there's like a little blind spot, like an open spot right there. And now we're good. I'm going to take the rest of the pomade that's on the brush and I'm going to fill my brow in. Alright, and as you can see, I've already messed up. It's all good though. So when I put the pomade on, I'm going to take it and I'm only going to go in small brush strokes at a time. I need to get some more. Alright. So we're only going to take it and use it in small brush strokes at a time so that it almost looks like little hairs. And when I get to the front, I'm just going to outline the bottom a little bit. And I'm going to do that with a really light hand. Because then what you're going to do, let's fill in this spot. Alright, because then what you're going to do is when you get to the front, you're just going to kind of like flick it up to make it look a bit more natural. Wow, can you even see that? Alright, so now that's there. I filled it in with the To Brow, and what we're going to do, we're going to go back and we're going to blend it all so any harsh lines will be blended out. This is going to be looking almost as natural as possible. My eyebrows are nowhere near as dark as I make them. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the powder. This is actually an eyeshadow because I ran out of brow powder, and this is a closest thing I have to it. This is in a MAC palette and it's in the shade Studied Brown. We're going to use this color right here to fill in the rest of our brow, just because I like mine to be just a little bit, you know, fuller looking and darker looking. And what I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using this angled brush for that. I got this brush off of Amazon. Oh, and I'll put the links to all of the products that I use, if I can find the brushes, but to all the products that I use in the description box. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub it in there a little bit, and I'm going to tap off the excess just a smidgen, and then we are going to fill in the brow, starting with the middle. I like to arch my brow just a little bit just so I can see what I'm doing a little more. Starting with the middle, and then we're going to work it out towards the end of your brow, towards the tail. Like I said, because you don't want the front to be too harsh, because then it'll look like you have blocky eyebrows. And if any of your friends ever have blocky eyebrows, you better tell them. Be a good friend. Don't let any of your friends walk out with blocky eyebrows. I know I've done it a few times. It was horrible. That's before I knew what I was doing with my life. Alright, and then we're going to come up with the access product, the leftover product towards the front. And once again, guys, the key to makeup is blending your life out, okay? I promise you, just as long as you blend, you could put orange and purple colors together, but I promise you it'll look good if you blend. Alright, so like I said before, we're going to take our spoolie and we are going to blend this bad boy out. And yep. Alright, so now we are going to conceal under it, and today I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer. It's only $3, and I promise you, this is in my opinion, this is one of my favorite concealers that I've ever had. I don't really have very many, but out of like the 5 or 6 that I do have, this one is my favorite. This right here is the homie, and the shade that I have is Toffee. And I love it because it already comes with like a little brush on it. It's so cool and so nice and easy to use. Alright, and so what we're going to do for this part, we are going to take it right under that line of the brow. Alright. And make sure when you use this, don't squeeze it a lot, because you're supposed to squeeze it to make the stuff come out, to make the concealer come out, but you don't need to squeeze it a lot because it will come out kind of fast if you're heavy-handed. And I tend to be a little bit heavy-handed with life sometimes, so like I said, we're going to take it and we're going to go right under the brow. And take your time with this, because you're supposed to be carving out the shape of your brow with this. And you don't want it to look all crazy. Alright. Alright. And that's how I carve out my brow. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take this little applicator brush. It actually came in a kit of 32 brushes that I got off of Amazon. I love those brushes. They are the homie. And what we're going to do is, we're going to take this brush or applicator, whatever, and we're going to blend out the concealer that we put on the bottom of our brow. And when you do that, I just kind of pull it down a little bit so that it blends out with the rest of my eyelid. And then also, I like using concealer under my brows, because if you do eyeshadow, it can also work as a highlighter for your brow bone, which is super duper cool. Super duper. Is that like a artist or something? Oh darn, I kind of wiped my eyeliner. Alright. Alright, and so now we have carved the brow. Look how clean that looks compared to how it was before we carved the brow. Alrighty guys, and that is how I fleek my brow. Give it a thumbs up on this video if you liked how I do my brows, and if you're gonna do your brows the same way I do, tweet me a picture of it or leave a comment down below, see how you like it, and subscribe subscribe and make sure you stay updated here in the family. You know, let's have a little virtual family going on. And I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. And I post every Friday, but lately I've really enjoyed posting, so I make more videos throughout the week. And so I definitely post videos on Friday, but make sure you guys subscribe and turn on my notifications just in case I post anything throughout the week, because I have been doing that lately. And have a nice day, guys.